Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you through another review of another Delta Squad member. Today it is Fixer that I will be reviewing. 3 down, 1 to go. All we need them to make is Scorch, so hopefully they will maybe reveal it at Hasbro PulseCon. That's coming up very soon. But yeah, very, very cool figure. You know, same problems as the others, but you know, it's not necessarily problems. It's just whether you like it or not. And I'll get into that a little bit in this video. But if you want to hear my full thoughts on the whole, is this size accurate? Is this proper debate? Watch my Sev review, and I definitely go into depth on that topic there. I also go in depth on it with my boss review, but this is essentially just a repaint of those. So let's quickly get into Fixer's review. Now, besides Fixer's gun and his backpack, those are his only 2 accessories. The other thing I want to show quickly is the box. He is a part of the Gaming Greats line, of course. He is number 13. God damn, that's pricey, boy. So yeah, certainly pricey. I don't know if it's worth the price, but there you can see that he's next to the 13th Battalion Trooper and Sev. I don't know why. I don't get why they couldn't have just swapped these or something. It would have been cool to at least get 2 Delta Squad members together on the box, but I digress. So hopefully Scorch will be, you know, somewhat coming soon. We'll see. And then obviously Night Brother Warrior, but his bio reads RC-1140 or Fixer. RC-1140 Fixer, an elite clone commando of the Galactic Republic during the Clone Wars, served as second in command for Delta Squad on missions to annihilate their enemies in Star Wars Republic Commando, the game that I have yet to play, but I do love these characters and the designs of them. But speaking of Republic Commando, I do want to quickly obviously show you his other teammates, my favorite being Sev. I just love that character and design the most, but this looks awesome. These 2 are very happy to have another one of their brothers, and now all they need is Scorch, and then we're done. And it's very cool to see all 3 of these in person. Finally, just, you know, it definitely adds more when you have an army of them, I guess, and they're just very cool designs because they're so different compared to normal clones. But obviously, we've reviewed these 2. Go check out those videos. But the Fixer does have a new head sculpt, as you can see, because it has this kind of antenna thing on the side. I did notice that there's this weird little paint splotch there. I don't know if that's proper, but, well, I mean, I'm only paying $45 for it. You know, the paint should be completely off. If I want the paint to be good, I should be paying $85. But here on the back, you can see his backpack. And one thing I noticed is that it doesn't attach like super well compared to the other ones. And another thing that I noticed, or my friend Gavin noticed, I should say, shout out, White Hawk, is that he picked this up and he was like, dude, this doesn't feel like that quality. Like, it doesn't feel, you know, the same as the Bad Batch ones, because he has those. And I kind of, like, held it, and I was like, no, that can't be. And then I was like, you know what? You might be right. I don't know what it is, but this guy, I don't know. It was better. And then Sev was okay, but I don't know. It might just be because he's so fresh, but it just seems like such a, I don't know how to describe it. It just seems like such a repainted, put it out and get it out there and not think about anything else. I don't know what it is, but it's not that big of a deal. But these 3 do look great together, and I do recommend them a lot more now that I have the Fixer. But his backpack is also a new sculpt, as to the other one was just flat, no antennas, nothing else, but it kind of is the same backpack just with a couple extensions. So this is essentially just like the tech of the team, I imagine, where Sev is the Fixer, or Sev is the Crosshair, and Boss is the Hunter. And then I guess Scorch is the Wrecker, but I don't see any comparisons to that. Maybe Echo. I don't know too much about this team. Obviously, you get the gun. You do get some paint throughout, which is good. And one thing I don't like about this figure is that he does have, like, actually molded in damage, which I never actually like on figures, especially if they're supposed to be army builders, because they all have the exact same dents in the exact same spot. What? I don't know. That might just be me. Obviously, the Hunter wasn't supposed to be an army builder, and that's kind of the only time they used those parts. I guess with Crosshair as well, but it's just interesting that they have the same exact thing, which kind of pushes me over the edge to wish that we would have gotten new molds, because day by day, I do wish we would have. Now that I have 3, I definitely can see the complaint, but I do also stand by my points that I mentioned in the Sev video. Essentially, long story short, in the Bad Batch, they are a lot skinnier and very similar to the actual Bad Batch design, like the Bad Batch team. They're a little bit, I would say, like the smallest bit more bulky, but at that point, I just didn't see a reason for them to remake it. But then I was like, you know what? This is Gaming Greats based, and they are supposed to be chunky, and I don't understand why they wouldn't have done a new mold, because they love reuse. They could have made the 1 new mold for the Gaming Greats, and boom, you get the 3 extra team. You get 3 more figures to get the money off of. They can make a normal Republic Commando. They can make all these Republic Commandos, any Commando. But they just reused it, and, it's fine. It's not the greatest. But it does make me sad that this is the only time I guarantee that we'll ever get these 3. And, you know what? I don't even know what I'm saying, because it doesn't bother me, because I haven't been attached to the game as a child. I know a lot of you complain about it because you grew up with the game, which is, awesome. And you've grown up with the design, and it's so in your head of how it looks. And then you get these, and they're very off compared to that. And that's completely valid by, like, a long mark. That's very, very valid. But to me, at least, kind of just a casual Republic Commando fan, I definitely think that they are still good figures nonetheless. But other than that, that is all I have to say about Fixer, which was a lot. Let's get into his articulation. Articulation on Fixer is exactly the same as the others. Head goes up, down, side, full 360. Not the greatest head movement, but okay nonetheless. The arms go out that much, and the shoulder pad swivels, which I am always a big fan of. And then there is... Yeah, where is it? Yeah, okay, that's interesting. There's definitely supposed to be a butterfly joint in there. There is, right? Yeah, there's supposed to be a butterfly joint, but I guess it's just very stiff on this one. You get a little bit of movement, but not the greatest. Elbows go in that much. They do rotate a little more than 90. And then this hand goes up, down, full 360 on a horizontal hinge, whereas this one is, of course, on a vertical hinge, up, down, full 360, yada, yada, yada. Arm crunch goes down that much, back, side, full 360. I really like the green that they went with. The leg kicks forward that much, back, splits, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, which also, not double jointed, single jointed knees, but goes in similar amount to a double joint. Does rotate as well. And then the ankles do go up, down, and beautiful ankle rocker pivot. But that is the articulation. And, of course, the most important comparison is the team together. And, oh boy, do they look great. It definitely helps to have at least 3 of them or multiples to kind of see what they all look like together. And I'm actually I'm not going to say a huge fan of these, but I'm a fan of these figures. I think they definitely work, and I'm going to be very excited to put them on my shelf just to have a Delta Squad. It's something I never thought I would have an action figure for them. I remember I always saw them as a kid. I didn't really know what they were about, but I always thought they looked cool. And now that I have them on my action figure shelf, certainly interesting. And that's what I love about collecting, is every figure that I get, it just adds more and more to my collection, and it enhances the figures that are there before. Like, this is going to look so good with the other clones. This is going to, make them look better. So that's the cool thing about collecting. Here we have the other figure that was advertised on the box, but that's the 13th Battalion Trooper, or just a normal clone trooper, which does have no engraved, sculpted scars like these do, which is good, because if it did, oh boy, that would be a problem. And then we have Darth Vader, just for shits and giggles. But other than that, I don't really have too many more to compare him to. Oh, let me think here. Here's a Marvel Legends Bucky cap mold, so the standard body. If you guys aren't familiar with that line, that's a 6-inch figure. And that's what the others look like with him. But other than that, that is the only comparisons I think I have to go through. One more here. Here we have just a stormtrooper next to them. But other than that, let's get on to my final thoughts for Monsieur Fixer. So overall, how I felt about those exact other 2 figures is exactly how I feel about this. We needed to get it, and we got it, and it is good. It's fine. It works. Don't really have any complaints other than that main thing, but there's not too much you could do about it. So overall, I think I'm going to give this guy correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what I rated those other figures, probably like a 7.5 or 8, but in that range, so let's say 7.7 out of 10. It's the same exact, whatever I rated those is exactly how the same I feel about this. I do think, though, that there is some stiff articulation that I definitely will have to fix, maybe hair dryer or hot water. But thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know what you think of this figure in the comments. Start a debate. I will join in as always. And I have been Jagger Collector, and I will see you in my next video. But until then, he's going to go fix it Felix some stuff, and I'm going to go make some more videos. But thank you guys for watching. Bye now. Brothers.